Hello and welcome to the online course for educators of aging adults with intellectual disabilities. In this video, we're going to investigate how to use the units webpage into the MNAM platform. My new Aging Me platform is an outcome of Triade 2.0 Erasmus Plus project. The platform is intended to be used by educators of aging adults with intellectual disabilities on how to develop skills and competences to assist aging adults with intellectual disabilities. The platform is accessible online, typing this URL on any type of browser, and contains a useful set of resources such as theoretical materials, units, and exercises to develop a wide range of skills with aging adults with intellectual disabilities. The platform contains three main factors which have been investigated in previous videos: well-being, social participation, and independence. The units, which is the main course of this video, are linked to each of these factors. So, for instance, well-being contains 6 different units with theoretical materials to develop specific skills in areas such as changing the home environment, using assistive technologies, managing personal budget, and also preventing abuse. The factor of social participation contains 5 units, which includes materials related to the abilities of interacting with family, friends, and other people of our environment, use of social media through internet means, and engaging in new roles. Lastly, the factor of independence contains 4 different units with materials to develop skills related to the personal goals, identifying persons in our environment, and choosing and making our own decisions for the end-of-life care. To access to the units, user may go into the platform and has 2 main streams to access this unit. The first is through a direct link in the platform main menu. Clicking on units, it will lead to a menu where the 15 units and the titles are displayed. Also, what we encourage is to use the units through accessing the factors. So once the user accesses to a specific factor, for instance, well-being, he will see in the right side menu the list of the units that are involving and developed into this factor. Clicking into these links, he will be directed to the unit page in which all the contents are accessible. Every single unit page has the same structure in order to homogenize all the materials through the platform. So the structure is the same. First, there will be a heading with the name of the unit, which contains also 2 subtitles corresponding to the numerical identifier of the unit and the factor to which it belongs. The theoretical content is an introduction to the topic developed in the unit and grounds the key elements that will be elaborated and developed afterwards in the exercises. This content is not very long. It will contain 1, 2, 3 paragraphs and provides a solid ground to develop all the contents that will be developed afterwards. So there is no consistency to this, but the paragraph length can be 3 to 4 lines. Below this content, with the theoretical material, the educator will find useful information such as the learning outcomes of this unit. In the form of a table, these learning outcomes show the main knowledge topics that are related and the list of skills that will be put into practice into the exercises. This information is useful for the educator to know which are the main elements that are going to be developed with the aging adult with intellectual disabilities, to work with him, and to select the subset of them to put into different situations depending, of course, on the situation of the client. At the bottom of the screen, there is a link to other units of the same factor to easy and speed up the navigation. And also in the right side of the page, there is a direct link to the exercises related to this unit. In our next video, I will talk about the exercises, but now I will focus on the units. So it is very important to the educators to prepare beforehand the unit. So this unit is intended to be used by educators, not directly by aging adults with intellectual disabilities. The language and the accessibility is not prepared to work with people with intellectual disabilities. So we encourage that the educators read beforehand all this material because it's fit for the purpose of the educators. Then the educator should prepare the exercises. So all the contents of the theoretical units are extracted from units 1 to 3 from the workbook you may have if you are watching this course, which provides a comprehensive and deeper view into each topic, including visual information and, of course, useful reference to ground all this knowledge. We encourage educators that are preparing these exercises in advance to read all these materials from the workbook. And despite having a numerical identification, the units can be shortlisted and scheduled in different sessions, depending on the availability of educator, but also on the availability and the level of aging adults with intellectual disability. This means that different units from different factors can be worked at different times. So we recommend to make a plan with a reasonable schedule to provide a lean and easy to follow formative program with the exercises. Thank you very much for your attention.